Let's start with the magic wand tool. If you do not see this icon in your toolbar, click and hold, and you might be seeing the quick selection tool. Just click on magic wand and it's active. The magic wand will select all like color pixels. Now you can select a range for that like color pixel, and that is done by using tolerance. So up here at the top you'll see a number next to tolerance. The lower the number, let's put in 10. The more specific the range of colors. Let's go back now, let's deselect, Command D, let's put in 50. I'll go back to the same area, click, much broader range. So the higher the number you set the tolerance, the broader the range of pixels that will be selected. The lower the number, the more specific range will be selected. I'm going to deselect again, Command D. If you are curious about what pixels look like, zoom in, Command plus. All those tiny little squares, each one of them is a pixel. Let's Command minus to zoom back out. Okay, so to use your magic wand to select, let's say we wanted to select this tree. Well, there are greens in this tree. There's a lot of greens in the background, so we want to be careful about not setting the tolerance too high. Let's go back to 20, and let me click in the background. Now, I want to add to the selection, and I'm going to hold shift and I'm going to click. And as I keep clicking, it's selecting small ranges of color, but it is selecting around this specific group. And you might have to play with the number depending on what picture you're using. And we can always tweak or edit the selection using the shift key or the alt option key. But do your best to select as much around your subject, and in this case it's the tree. And I'm still holding the shift key down. Now there might be times where it makes more sense to use a lasso versus a magic wand versus a pen tool, which I'm not sure we're covering this time. They all do the same thing, just one is more appropriate in a certain situation than another. Now, there's a lot of variation in tint and shade in the skin, so I might want to jump over now and grab the lasso tool while I'm still holding my shift keys so I can add to the selection. And let me grab this corner here. See, look at that. All that's now selected. And I'm going to come down here. I don't want to get the tree because, of course, I'm trying to select that tree. So to do that, we're picking all the colors around it. Okay, so this entire side is all set. Now I need to just start over here because I'm trying to get the root ball of that little tree as well. Do your best. And let's see, look at that. I got a little bit of hand in here still. Let's get that. And we will come down, come across. Notice I don't have to be totally, let's see. Let's go back and use that magic wand again now because these are big areas of green. I could grab them pretty easily, hopefully. And look at that. And if there's any little areas left, like this corner, again, I'm just going to grab my lasso, do a quick lasso around, and there we go. Now, if I press delete, you'll see the area selected is not the tree. It was the entire background. Command Z to undo. I just want to select the tree. So I'm going to go to select and inverse. And now if I press delete, the tree is gone. Okay, so I want to copy the tree, Command C, or of course edit copy, and I want to paste it, Command V or edit paste. And notice over here in your layers, it is now on a separate layer. Although I didn't destroy the original layer, it's still here, but I did put the tree on its own layer. And in that case, I could also paste it to a new file. So let's go to where I have multiple screens. And why don't we add it to the dog file? Now watch this. I could, while I have this dog file selected, just paste Command V. That tree comes in here, and of course it's much bigger than the dog, so I need to transform it. So edit, free transform, or Command T. Then I just need to find the corner with the handles. And I need to drag it back, click and drag to resize. Okay, I want this tree behind the dog. I want it behind. I kind of like it over on this right side. It balances a little bit. If you look at your layers, they're in order. The top layer is on top, so it covers the dog. I'm going to click and drag. I think I'm going to. Oh, I need to select this tool and apply the change to the tree. I didn't finish the resizing of the tree. I'm going to reorder this layer. Now the tree sits behind the dog. Okay, I can always put it back if I'd rather have the dog peeking out from behind, but right now I think I want it behind. A good example of a time when the magic wand would be the quickest tool to use would be when you have a very similarly colored background. A couple clicks and you could have the whole thing selected. In this case, I've chosen 70 as the range, but one click selected almost the entire blue sky. Hold shift, click again, and the other side of the tree, and that entire blue sky has now been selected, in which case if I did not want it, I could just delete. There are some details I could go back in to take out. I'll Command Z to undo that. Or I could go to select again and inverse, which means turn my selection inside out. So when I inverse that selection, instead of my sky being selected, the tree and the grass are selected. So if I deleted, oops, there they go. Command Z to undo. But of course, I'm going to copy it. Command C, Command V, and if I turn the original layer off, you can see I very simply, with 3 or 4 clicks, selected this subject from the photo. And of course, I could then come back to this image of the dog that we've been playing with, and maybe I don't want to use this tree after all. Maybe I want to use my move tool or my select tool and click on that dog. I could once again copy it, or I can simply click and drag and bring it over here to this new image. And maybe I sit it here at the bottom so that it doesn't look like he's without a body. And from here I could move on and find what background I do want to put in the picture. So we've selected with the magic wand while adjusting the tolerance depending on the range of color pixels we want selected. We've deleted the selections, we've inversed the selections, and we've copy and pasted the selections.